Hi, everybody. Dan D. Federicis from Saratoga Report, and I am here with somebody I've just recently met. Kellie Postlethwaite is the general manager of Prestwick Chase. That's the beautiful community right here in Saratoga Springs, just on the outskirts of the city. Kellie, are you loving this early September weather, and how are you doing? And thank you for coming.
Yes, thanks for having me. The weather's great. It can stay like this for the rest of the season.
Yes, yes. Unfortunately, we know what's coming, but I'm certainly enjoying this. This I guess it's still technically late summer. I'm enjoying a little bit of the cooling off. We've had great weather this week for sure. Hey, can I wasn't too familiar with Prestwick Chase. I knew it was there. I had driven through and so forth, so I had a somewhat familiarity with it. But I bet you a lot of people don't. I bet you a lot of people are out there that either they or perhaps their parents it would be a great fit. Can you describe just what exactly Prestwick Chase is?
Sure. So I like to say that we're the best kept secret in Saratoga. We've been here for 25 years as a family owned and operated business, and a lot of people have heard the name, but they don't know what it is. So we're a 55 up community, and with a lot of amenities, I guess is maybe the way to put it, with some meal options, some housekeeping monthly, just some things to help you stay independent longer, but enjoy the fact that you can be out with fellow residents and enjoy a dining experience with new people and not just by yourself.
That's great. So it's independent living, right? They're on their own, but you offer different levels of meal options and so forth, where they could go to a really nice dining room. It reminds me of a cruise ship. Some of this, and we're going to go through some pictures in a bit. It just looks, and it's not like inactive. There's
Oh,
many sports, arts, and so forth, and we're going to get into that in a minute. And that's great. And roughly, how many units do you have? I know you've got different types of units, different 1 and 2 bedrooms. Can you explain a little bit to that?
yeah, so we have around 176 units. There are 12 cottages, and then the inside the main building, there are studios, 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom units in
Okay.
the building.
And let me add this. This is a one, obviously one of the units.
Yeah, so this is the model. So this is a 1 bedroom apartment, and so as you can see, you have the living room and the kitchen there. And then you have another picture, I think, of the bedroom. So off to the left doorway, that's standing in the bedroom door, looking at the dining room and the kitchen again, just a different view. They
Okay.
all have full kitchens. They all have washers and dryers in their units. They have screen porches, which are probably the favorite feature of the apartments. And then, of course, their bedroom, bathroom, walk-in closet.
Okay, great. And that these are beautiful. And what really astounded me was your beautiful grounds, the amenities, as well as just the natural beauty of, I believe it's 120 acres, correct?
Yes. So it's really nice to be so close to Saratoga, but have 5 ponds on the property, and then all the wildlife that you can see from the piazza windows, which I'm sure you have a piazza picture at some point. Yeah, so this is the Sea Wing Pond. This is the back of the building. So the piazza is the curved shaped building there. There it is on the inside. Um, so there is live music in there on Fridays. They have, of course, the piano and then other different musicians. Each week it's somebody different there with some cheese and crackers and wine and beer and soda and just a nice mingling of all the residents on the afternoon Fridays.
And I don't have a picture of all the activities, but I remember seeing some of somebody was putting on a golfing green and so forth.
Yep.
And you've again, it's really active. And on your Facebook page this week, you were maybe last week, you had a number of residents were doing something very artsy, very creative, and I can't remember what it was, but it was just pretty neat. It's a very active community.
We're always doing something. I'm actually leaving on Saturday with 15 residents and we're going on a cruise.
Okay,
So
you are going on a cruise with the residents.
the residents. So it's all residents. A couple of the children are coming with us, and we are going from Boston up through Nova Scotia, and we wind up in Montreal.
Oh my goodness,
So
that sounds really beautiful.
yeah, there is no other community that does these type of activities, right? We're progressive. We want to be as modern as tomorrow. People move into someplace like Prestwick Chase and they want to live. This is for the best season of your life, right? Enjoy the retirement. Spend your money on things you want to do and people you want to be with, and that's what we try to get the residents to do.
And as I get older in my life, I read about things to plan for good health and steps you should take, and the social aspect of it is so huge. I don't know if that was realized 30 years ago, or at least realized as much. And to get out with other people and to connect with other people, and it sounds like Prestwick Chase, both by design but also by practice, hence this cruise you're taking and so forth, is people are really connecting with other people.
That's true. I mean, I think we saw that during COVID. All of us saw that, right? I mean, we weren't with people like we normally were, and the residents really had the interaction still even during COVID in Prestwick Chase. We didn't shut the dining rooms. So we social distanced them and they had to make a reservation for dinner, but they still got the interaction of seeing people and coming down to the bar and enjoying that, which every other person in the world, right, besides my 200 residents, had to go home at night and just sit on the couch. And so it was really kind of nice to keep them active and engaged, and it showed. I mean, it was a big help to them mentally and to all of us staff.
It's huge. The lack of social connection, it ages you. It causes issues, and it can make you sick. And it's just amazing. I knew so little about Prestwick Chase prior to our connecting with you. And my goodness, I did not even know you had a bar. I thought that was neat. Again, a social connection. So do you have a bar there where people can stop in? Is there a bartender? How does that work?
So there is a bartender in the evenings, always from 4:30 to 7 when the dining room's open. But in the lunch hour, obviously we're not serving until noon, but you can come and enjoy an afternoon beverage out on the patio, right off the bar there. And we're the only community that has a full service bar, right? We have a liquor license. A lot of the other communities have a bring your own booze night or a day or that type of thing, but they don't have a bar. And this age group loves to go sit and have a drink before dinner, right? I mean, that was what they did. And so being able to have that familiarity and just how they're used to dining is a big deal.
That is, I really appreciate that. And you excuse me here. There was something I was going to say here. Oh, if people want to see all this in person, they can go to your website and set up a tour, right? I think you'll give a tour any day of the week, weekends included, correct?
Yeah, Fran and I try and be very open. Fran's the marketing sales director, and so her and I try and work around people's schedules, right? We realize that if kids would like to come, that they're still working a lot of times, and it's hard to get time off during the day. So calling ahead and just saying, hey, are you available at this time on this day? Usually one of us is free to give a tour.
Okay, that's great. And folks, Fran is Fran Dingman, who many of you in this city know, in this area know. And you've touched on this, but this is so unique, not in just one or two different ways, but in so many different ways. You can't get this, certainly not in Saratoga County. You can't get this, what you offer. I mean, you are like, what, 5-6 minutes from downtown?
Yeah. Yes. So, and close to everything, right? You're close to SPAC, you're close to Skidmore, you're 2 minutes from Skidmore College. You have all the opportunities that they offer there at Zankel, at the Tang, just so many places locally that are close to us for the educational purposes, for just continuing ed, and then for also, SPAC. You have the ballet, the orchestra, proctors, all of the things that people want to do. UPH
The,
now, the Universal Preservation Hall downtown has been a great resource,
okay.
and a new venue for that type of culture.
A good friend of mine, Teddy Foster. I once served on the board there many
Yeah.
years back. So yes, I love UPH. My God, the vision for Mr. McNeary and I'm sure he had help as well. This is incredible. I'm really excited to learn about this and be connected to it. So thank you for joining us. When you get back from your cruise, I'd like to do this again. You can tell us about the cruise, share a few pictures perhaps.
Sure.
And then we'll talk more maybe about some of the more specifically about Prestwick Chase, things we didn't go into today. Would you be willing to do that?
Absolutely.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for joining us, Kellie. This is great. I'm excited for your trip. I hope you get great weather up there. But even so, it's going to be beautiful no matter what.
Yeah.
The Quebec, and I assume Quebec City is one of the stops on the way.
Honestly, my head is spinning and it very well could be, but
Okay.
I've kind of just ignored where I'm going and just have focused on getting them all ready to go and making sure we have passports and all the stuff we need to, enjoy it. And then once I get on the boat, I can be like, oh, today we're going to be, in Quebec City.
Yeah, you'll be up to speed then. I get it. I get it. Excellent. Take care. Safe travels, and we're going to talk to you in a couple of weeks, Kellie.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.